Hi guys, this was not a planned video. It was prompted by a comment on one of my videos about rooster behavior. Rooster behavior that I observed for 14 years and studied. And I've always said the best thing you've got in your arsenal, chicken arsenal, are your powers of observation. I understand there are people who don't ever observe their chickens. They never watch. The chickens are just some animal. They've got antifreeze for blood. They throw them out in the dog kennel. They don't give them shelter. They don't care. Chicken dies. They don't care what happened. They just throw it in a burn pile and they go get another one from a hatchery or buy it from some flea market and bring disease in. They're kind of lackadaisical chicken keepers. But some smart aleck, his only comment was one word that got him banned from the channel. And it was anthromorphize. And it was, each syllable had a dash between it, or yeah, it was a dash between each syllable. It was being very smart aleck, saying, everything I say about rooster behavior is giving them human traits. Well, roosters do exhibit certain behaviors, and if you observe the same behavior 150 times or 1,000 times over a 14-15 year period, it becomes apparent why they're doing it. If you look. I have another word for I was going to reply to this person, and I thought, not worth it, and I just deleted the person from the channel. Because, of course, my number one rule is there's two rules, really. You come on, you be respectful to me and everybody else, and you don't lecture me on my channel. I have observed a lot of stuff, and mostly it's rooster stuff that people, because roosters are fascinating to people. Hens have a lot of interesting behaviors too. People mostly talk about rooster behavior. I have observed selflessness from hens. Yes, I have. I have observed hens deny themselves food to let a dying hen eat. Food I know they love. And I've seen this more than one occasion, not just once, not just, oh, look what she's doing, how cute. I have watched this happen. I have watched second in charge hens, the second in line in the pecking order, preside over a dying hen, a dying head hen, not just during the last minutes of her life, but over when she went downhill over the last week or two of her life. She would stay by her, she would guard her. When I would give the dying hen, a bowl with something special in it, the other hen would not eat it. I watched one time a Brahma. I had two Brahmas. My light Brahma was dying at 5.5 years old. The buff Brahma would circle around her. I put food down for the light Brahma. The buff Brahma looked in the bowl, she walked around her. The first one, Miranda, was not eating. She walked around her again. Miranda finally took a couple of bites. The second hen, Caroline, walked around her again. She kept circling her until Miranda quit eating and walked away very slowly because she was very ill. And then, and only then, did she eat. And I have watched this repeatedly. And I have watched this numerous times happen with the respect and the deference that the other hens showed the head hen, who was on her deathbed, so to speak. Okay, tell me that's attributing human characteristics. It's anthropomorphizing my chickens. No, it's not. It's being observant. Observant. I can put dashes between those syllables too, because a lot of times when you don't think that this happens, you're just simply being unobservant. There are behaviors that they do exhibit. Chickens are much more dignified than people give them credit for. There are people who think animals are just dumb as a box of rocks. I do have one rooster who's kind of like that, but and they don't believe that they have any dignity and they have any emotions whatsoever. And yet they probably would say a dog would grieve the loss of an owner. Have you not seen dogs, service dogs, laying at the casket of their deceased person? Have you not seen dogs laying on the graves of people? Have you not seen dogs mourning over the death of another dog? Is that anthropomorphizing? That's a human emotion. Grief is a human emotion. They do have emotions. And chickens are, in a lot of ways, very much like dogs. They are more intelligent and dignified than people give them credit for. They are. And you would know that if you watched. If you really watched and kept your mind open and didn't just dismiss everything you see. If you do that, you are a very irresponsible chicken keeper. Yes, you can anthropomorphize an animal. Sure you can. I mean, I'm not going to, if a chicken comes up to my door and wants attention, I'm not going to say, oh yes, they want to come in and watch the soap opera with me. That's anthropomorphizing. They don't know anything about that. They just want to come in the house. They don't, for whatever reason, they want to come in. It's not to watch a TV program. So yes, you can do that. But most of the time people believe you're doing that when all it is they are so unobservant they've not seen the behavior. Chickens can show respect. They can be dignified. They can grieve. And if you don't believe that, then you have not observed. And a lot of chicken keepers don't observe. They have a mental block when it comes to that. They won't believe it. They simply refuse to believe it. And I'm not going to say, oh, my eyes are lying to me. I've watched this 15 times and it can't be true because I'm anthropomorphizing my chickens. No, if you see it enough times, you know what's going on. If you let your mind be open enough to say, this is what's going on. This hen is second in command. This is the head hen. The second command will take over when the head hen is done. But until she's gone, it's her job to take care of things, the second in command. And she takes care of the head hen. And that has happened so many times. And of course, because I started with hatchery stock, I've had a lot of deaths. A lot of deaths. In 15 years, I had a lot of deaths anyway. But because I started with hatchery stock, I've had a lot of head hens pass away due to internal laying and egg yolk peritonitis and all the reproductive malfunctions that genetically substandard hatchery birds have. But I just wanted to say that, you know, if you don't believe it, open your eyes and watch. The best item in your chicken health arsenal are your own two eyes. And please do believe your eyes. Sometimes I just don't believe my lying eyes. Well, you know, you may not. If you don't want to believe it, fine. But you're missing out on a lot. And, you know, I know these birds. I mean, when you have a bird for 13 years, you kind of know the bird. A lot of these people won't have a bird for 13 years because they don't take care of them good enough, or they get substandard. They get diseased birds from flea markets or whatever. And maybe I'm overgeneralizing. But a lot of people are refusing to see what's in front of them. And they're missing out on a lot. They're just simply missing out. So, you know, yes, you can anthropomorphize animals. On the other hand, you can also miss what's right in front of you. So that's all I wanted to say for the day. And we're going to have somebody come and bush hog the lot, our lot we got back. Marcus still has not come back and gotten his bulldozer, which is still sitting down there. But I got another guy who's supposed to come this weekend. I think it's going to rain this weekend, so it might be the next weekend. He's going to come back and clear back out a lot of the brush that's grown up over the last 4 years. And so we can get back down on that lot. And I hope to take the video camera down there and kind of get on the lot and show you. So we'll talk to y'all later. Bye.